welcome to the 203rd episode of Gaming Talk. On this episode, I'm going to be discussing and giving my thoughts on the remake of Arizona Sunshine as well as Arizona Sunshine 2. Let's get into it. One of my favorite zombie games is the original Dead Island and its sequel, Dead Island Riptide. Now, why am I mentioning these games in a video about Arizona Sunshine and its sequel? Well, that's because the first time I played Arizona Sunshine, it made me think of Dead Island and Dead Island Riptide with the level of gore and stuff when you shoot or slice up a zombie, and I absolutely love that. Zombie heads just literally pop up in bloody goodness when you shoot them. You can slice them off, you can slice their limbs off. It's just great, and that makes the combat in these games just so damn fun, and it's the best part of these games. Now, the level of interactivity is okay, not quite on par with Half-Life Alyx, but it's pretty good. There's usually like a circle thing that appears over something grabbable, which is most things. But the problem is that if there's multiple objects near each other, it can cause you to grab something you may not have wanted to, but that's really a small issue. However, the bigger extent of that comes in the form of when I'm grabbing for a new clip of ammo, in the case of Arizona Sunshine 2, where I'm having to grab at my ammo belt, but it's not coming off, and I'm grabbing like 5 and 6 times before I finally get it. Or in the case of the remake, where, because I use the quick reload, where it's not detecting the quick reload when I need it to, and I have to do it like 5 or 6 times before it finally puts the new ammo in, so I can start shooting again. And honestly, sometimes that has led to me taking damage that I should not have. So, the ammo detection, or the ammo grabbing detection, whatever you would call it, is kinda iffy, but it's not too bad. Something I do appreciate with the guns is that they have inbuilt little red dots that's supposed to make aiming at zombies a little easier so that you don't have to use the actual weapon iron sights. However, the further away a zombie is, the harder it is to actually see the small dot, and thus makes aiming that much harder. Plus, a lot of the environments have blistering sunlight, and that also messes with the dot and being able to see that red dot on a zombie at a distance. There's a pretty good amount of weapons, though, to pick up, which I am really glad for that. Gives this game, well, both of these games, a leg up over Half-Life Alyx, if you ask me. There's different types of handguns, machine pistols, and rifles. Occasionally, you can use a Gatling gun. There were not that many kinds of shotguns, but at least they have them, so can't really complain about that. Something that I really appreciate about the first one is you can pick between quick reload and advanced reload. Personally, I liked quick reload because that actually made dual wield very viable. Now, quick reload can be hit and miss when actually doing it, like I mentioned, but actually being able to viably dual wield in the game is great. Advanced reload is exactly what you think. You drop the empty mag, pull the new one out of your ammo belt, put it in, pull the slide back, and you're ready to go. Again, though, I do prefer, for the first game, using quick reload. Now let me quickly touch on Arizona Sunshine 2, because functionally the gameplay is exactly the same as the first one, with only a few differences. First is that you have the dog Buddy. Buddy can be commanded to attack zombies for you. You can store weapons on it, but I never bothered to do that. Buddy can fetch things like keys, balls, and body parts, I guess. The dog can also move zombies that are blocking your path. Buddy is also necessary for armored zombies because it'll pin the zombie down, which gives you the opportunity to kill it. The dog is a very welcome addition to the game. The second difference is that they removed some things, like quick reload is no longer there. And for some reason, the ability to crouch is also gone too. At first, I was a bit upset that I couldn't quick reload, but the point is you're not supposed to dual wield in the second game. So once I came to terms with that, I had a much easier time with the game. And realistically, it means you can you can use more variety. Like, for example, for the most part, in the beginning of the game, I would have the assault rifle on my back. One hip holster would be some form of regular handgun, and the break barrel shotgun on the other hip. Of course, that's until you find the flamethrower. Then I got rid of the shotgun for the flamethrower. But you can have a good combination of weapons. Another difference I noticed is that there is much more climbing besides just ladders in the sequel. There are moments of traversing pipes and basically having to climb up the front of a building and so on, which is actually kind of neat. There's obviously new and different weapons, including some new submachine guns, like 2 versions of the Thompson that uses your handgun ammo. And I thought originally that the first game didn't do that, but then when I went through the first game again, I was like, oh wait, it is the same. I still kind of think it's stupid, but whatever. There's no new melee weapons, which is a bit disappointing, but oh well. When I say that the sequel has different weapons, it's more just a slew of handguns, rifles, shotguns, and machine pistols that were not in the first one. But yeah, those are really the only differences I noticed when playing Arizona Sunshine 2, because everything else is pretty much the same between the 2 games. Now, something on both of these games, when it comes to the first one, if you do want it, make sure you buy the remake because it comes with the DLC, and the DLC being included makes it actually worth the game. That being said, do not pay full price for either of these games. Going by Steam prices without any sales, Arizona Sunshine Remake is $30 and Arizona Sunshine 2 is $40. Neither of them are worth that much money because, like most VR games, they're just not long enough. When I played the remake, it took me, and I recorded it for my channel, the main campaign took me 2 2-hour sessions to get through. The first DLC took me about an hour and a half to get through, and the second DLC took me about 40 minutes to get through. So all in all, that's like, 6-ish hours, a little more than 6 hours for the first game. The second one was much longer, but not by much. And I feel like the second one's length is more of people said the first one was short, so we made this extra long, but it feels like it just was too long, Didn't hit that sweet spot of being not too long, but not too short. But either way, my suggestion would be to wait until both games are on sale anyway, at least at 50% off before buying them. All in all, Arizona Sunshine Remake and Arizona Sunshine 2 are good and enjoyable VR games that I can definitely recommend playing if you like zombie games. Plus, both of them do have co-op multiplayer that I have yet to experience, but I'm hoping it's really fun. That's all I have to say, so if you like this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. Thank you for listening, and goodbye.